If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at insori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in a Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. A child shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener.
We
yes,
have reached,
dear listener. Wiedersehen. We've reached the end, my friend.
with our last song to be played. Sevendust has been our DJ tonight. He's been doing an amazing job.
True story.
With the help of his lovely little ladies.
True story.
The last song is by Sevendust. And the song itself is called The Last Song.
Yes, sir.
Hit that download button, please.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I did. I wanted to. Go ahead.
He says, of course, Sevendust. And this is one of my favorite revenge songs.
Holy shit. Okay,
So,
here we go.
If you
Vengeance!
if you needed to hear something about vengeance, here we are.
Vengeance!
Vengeance! Let's go.
I gotta blow this up. I need some new metal in my life, bitches.
Something was lost, but could it be found again?
Heavy.
is the last time. You piece of shit. This is the last time. Fuck you.
Woo! That was a band breakup or something happened.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, is this a band member?
That's probably the most gangster chorus I've ever heard in a while. The closest thing, or this would be the closest thing to "fuck the shit, I'm sick of it, you're going down, this is a war." That's probably my all-time most aggressive line I've ever heard in my life. Just the way that they did that, like Slipknot, that first song. But this one right here, like, it was clever. It was almost like some shit you would hear at hip hop. This will be the first time I ever write a song without you, but this will be the last time I ever write a song about you.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Ouch.
Brilliant.
Ouch.
Shell said it's an automatic 12. Like, he's mad as hell at this dude, boy.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely sounded like it was somebody he was doing music
Yeah,
for.
it sounds like they were in a band together, and they did Sevendust have some sort of breakup somewhere?
I must have. Not one thought for us, but did you really think?
This song is about Clint when he left Sevendust in 2004.
Jeez,
They never admitted it publicly, but I always thought they wrote this about Clint having leaving the band to join Dark New Day. Is Clint back in Sevendust? Holy shit. That that will really suck if Clint is back with the band, because I'm assuming they're not going to play that shit live. And aside from Denial, I'm just going to let the cat out of the bag. This is my favorite Sevendust song of all time. So
Yeah, but
I hope that
it
dude
depends
doesn't
on
come
the
back.
person, because you could say, like, you know how people like grow, and you
they
could
were
say,
mad as hell in this song.
yeah, but you could say, yeah, I could see what. Because
Oh
he
shit,
said,
he's back in the band. He's back in the band. So they're
do
not
they play
playing
it
that
or
song
not?
live.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, because he said something was lost, but it could be found again. Bite the hand that fed you all these effing years. You lie to my face. But what I really want to know is, how do you sleep at night? You're such a fucking disgrace. Like, maybe, but like, you know how sometimes you like
Dude
rethink
likes the
stuff?
song.
See? That's what I'm saying. Like, I could see, like, if I kind of was like, maybe if I did bite the hand that fed me, you know what I mean? Like, and then they made the song and they were pissed about it. Like,
Well, I mean, they're all in the band.
I
They all
don't
started
know.
the band together. It's not like
well, there's usually somebody
Clint showed up to an already established band. He was on the launch team.
Yes, but there's usually one person that's launching harder than everybody else.
Not in the band.
In a band, yeah, there is. When we were talking to Thy Art is Murder, when we're talking to, it doesn't matter which band you talk to. There's always one that's really like
But
pushing
Brian
the
would
agenda
never
of
say
the
that
band.
Jonathan bit the hand that fed him.
No, but they were angry, and they were making a song.
They haven't played it since 2006, so they're not playing it. So even though he says he likes it, this is one of their heavier songs, and they're not playing it live. So obviously, like Korn, that happened with Korn. Like the first record that they came out with, I think it was See You on the Other Side. It had a bunch of songs aimed at Brian, and some of them was pretty good. One of them was pretty good, and but he said in the song he says, "Your Messiah was never mine." The name of the song is Hypocrites. He's like, "Your Messiah was never mine." Hypocrites, all you do is lie, blah, blah, blah. It's a badass song. They're not going to do that shit with Brian Beck. Fuck out of here. They ain't going to do that. They'll never do that song with him there. So that's the same thing. It's like, this is a badass song, but they're not going to do that shit. Like, they're not.
Too bad.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a good song.
So, no. The thing is like, they supported Fieldy when he left. They supported Brian when he left, but, and Brian said this he had said this publicly, like, he said some shit about them because he was in his, like,
Mm-hmm.
So he was talking about the internal conflicts about money, all types of shit. They felt, they felt a certain kind of way about it. So Jonathan, like, if you watch, there's something they did in 2005. Jonathan. Yeah, there's a song "Wake the Fuck Up" on the band on the Issues record, where he was talking about the internal band issues. You're my brothers, each one I would die for. Please just let this go. All our heads are blown. Let's take the stage and remember what we played for. So that was "Wake the Fuck Up." That was on the Issues record. That was song 5 or 6, I think it was. Song 5. Beg for Me was song 4. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was song 5. And then you had on Follow the Leader. It's that we did that song actually. Give me something to play on. Reclaim My Place. When he's like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
That was about the band. The band was, going back and forth or whatever. But the Hypocrite song was like directed at one person. That's the difference. That's directed at Brian.
Yeah.
Like, because they did that song, Reclaim My Place. They used to do that on the Follow the Leader tour.
Oh, they did?
Because that song was crazy in the middle when he's like, what the fuck? The rising action.
Yeah, I was
everybody
gonna
goes
say, keep
crazy.
going.
Everybody did that shit. So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the shit is... If the song is about a specific band member,
Yeah.
you are not gonna play that shit live when those guys come back. You're just not gonna do it. So Clint was like, "Oh yeah, I love the song. They ain't played that shit since 2006, my nigga. That's almost a, you know what I'm saying?
That doesn't. Yeah.
You're coming on 20 years in 4 years. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So that's my thing. Like, but the song is hard as hell, bro. The song is so hard that first of all, that the way they did that chorus, I've never heard a chorus like that before in my life. Like the way that they did that, it was like really, really unique.
Yeah, it was super heavy. I really, really liked it.
It was really, really unique.
I do think that it's crazy with it when people like. Well, I don't know.
Well, go ahead.
I was gonna say when people put other people on blast like that, but then I was thinking, I mean, when I went through my divorce, I don't know, maybe if you weren't my friend at the time, like, because he was going around like saying all these lies, you know what I mean? Like he was putting everything on, and like that was like so frustrating at the time, and so it made me really want to be like, no, motherfucker, you know what's really going on here? You know what I'm saying? And like putting the story. But now that I'm beyond it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that would have just added so much stress to my life and all that. You know what I mean? Like, but when you're in the middle of a situation, I guess people just kind of do that. So I can't judge them too much. Because at first I'm looking at this and I'm like, as if you did that. Like he was your brother. You know what I mean? Like you guys did music together. And then now you're coming at him like this publicly.
But it's because you loved him.
Yeah.
They were hurt. Dudes don't really know how to...
But then it just feels like
they don't know how to process that pain. Just leaving it in pure pain. We got to put anger on top of it. In reality, they were really, really hurt. They felt betrayed.
Yeah.
The band is a brotherhood. They went through blood, sweat, and tears together.
left
Now
us
that we
and went
made it, we're
somewhere
super
else.
successful. You're just gonna leave like that. They're hurt by it, but you can't come out with a song and say you hurt me to another dude. Dudes ain't gonna do that.
You know
what I'm saying?
I'm crying.
Yeah. Hey, you ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna do that. You're gonna like. I'm waiting for the time when a dude makes a song and it's not angry, at some like form of betrayal or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to see that. To me, like that kind of element fascinates me. Like when people turn against people, I just turn them off. But like when people turn against people that they were cool with. And then, and they say all this crazy negative shit about them afterwards publicly. It's like, why? Why would you do that? Like, just because you're on the outs with somebody doesn't undo all the good times you had with that person. They're still the same person. You know what I'm saying? Just because they cross you up doesn't mean that they're necessarily a bad person. But to your point, a lot of that shit just happens with maturity, man. You know what I'm saying? I think probably some of these situations you grow up a little bit faster if you grew up the way that I grew up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
There are, to me, it's like nobody's trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Nobody's threatening to hurt anybody. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna look at it a different way.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Well, I remember too that you had showed me there was like this clip from Tom Brady where he was basically saying like, "You're trying to drag my name through the mud. Why am I going to get in the mud with you?
Right.
I'm just going on with my life. And if I engage with you, it's just going to keep bringing it back around. It's going to drag it out more and make it whatever." And so I'm like, yeah, you know what? Now I see that clear as day. Now I'm like, that people people get bored of the same gossip, the same drama. Like at first they're like, ooh, this is so good. And then everybody's involved in it. Facebook's blowing up. People are acting crazy. They're just up on it. And I saw this thing the other day that basically said, when somebody like straight off the bat believes the gossip about you and they never try to talk to you, that's because they always wanted to hate you to begin with. You know what I mean? Like they always had that in there. So the minute they got something that they could be like, aha, they jumped right on it. So like, why do you need to try to convince those people not to hate you? It's like, you know what? Let them. They've been wanting to all along. And so like now that I look back on it, I'm like, oh my gosh, if I would have engaged like I wanted to engage in that situation, like it would have just dragged it out so much more. It would have got so much bigger. But just letting it just, it was definitely the way to do it.
I
Because
agree.
it just would have gone on forever. And now like sometimes I see stuff where I'm like, oh my gosh, now look, it's that person's turn. You know what I mean? Like, stuff happens, people go through stuff, and you may not be the one that's in the middle of conflict in your life flipping upside down, but that may happen to you a few years from now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so have a little grace and mercy for people, because your shit stinks too. And the other thing is, people don't even have the facts. Like that's the thing. Like you don't even have the facts, and you don't have the decency to go and talk to the person. Like, I don't know. I mean, we're hearing from this band how they felt about the situation, and from their point of view what happened. Like I don't know what happened from the other guy's point of view. He said, "For years I've swallowed my words. I am full. Watched you talk and act absurd, you fool. Protected you, now detesting you. What the F? Did I ever expect you? Write this song now. You're gone. F you. This is the last time." But again, like, you're hearing it. This is the last time, you piece of shit. Like, you could tell, like, you left me. You'll always be dead to me. Like, you pack those together and you're like, they were hurt.
That's the thing. Like, my thing is, like, if you tell somebody that they're dead to you, they're really not dead to you. That's my view on it. If somebody's really dead to me, I'll never tell them that. I wouldn't even say that to them. Like, that's the shit I don't understand. Like, if you say that to somebody, that tells me you're trying to hurt them.
Oh.
Like, you're saying, you're dead to me. It's like you're trying to hurt them.
I've never said that to anybody in my life.
That's what I'm saying. But, like, so why would a person say that to somebody else?
Yeah.
Like, if
Yeah,
they
it's
were
true,
dead,
because there were some people that I was like, I'm completely done with that person.
yeah, you don't communicate with
No,
the
I
dead
didn't.
because the dead can't hear them. The
Yeah,
dead can't
that's
see.
true.
The dead can't speak. So if they were truly dead to you, then how the fuck are you still talking to them?
Mm-hmm.
If you're dead to me, I'd never tell you that.
Yeah, that's
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I can't hear, I can't see you. Mm-hmm. There are people that are dead to me, but they're dead. Like, I don't have any hostility to it. I don't feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, it's dudes. Most of us don't know how to just process pain and just be purely vulnerable. So we're going to convert it to anger, which obviously he wasn't dead. He's in the band now.
I know, right. AT's
took
still looking for validation from them somehow. Yeah, it could be, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because you want them to go, oh no!
I hurt you like that?
You
Yeah.
want them to go, oh, wait a second. Yeah, you
Yeah.
want that reaction because you're like, okay, like I'm still valuable even though they betrayed me,
Yeah.
but I'm still valuable to them. So,
Yeah.
9.8.
9.8.
Yeah, this is a 9.9.
Okay, 9.9. I can't let you beat
I
me
really
on
love
it.
the song. Michelle,
Can't let you.
we will be checking out your lyrics right after this broadcast. We do have some time scheduled with our family, but
With
we
our
will
mob
take the
of
time.
children.
We will take the time to do that for you, no doubts. It's for show.
All right, you guys, thanks for coming through for the stream. We have another stream scheduled this week, actually, Friday.
See, and here's the other thing. The dude left the band for an opportunity to be in a band with his brother and friends from other bands that always wanted to play together.
Brother. How are you going to hate him for that?
He was fighting alcoholism, and he just thought getting off the road with Sevendust would help him get through it. It probably saved his life.
Aw,
Probably saved his life. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, like, that's the situation. Like,
Yeah.
that's what it looks like to me. Hard stuff.
All right.
Like, you're right though. Like, you can't really blame him for doing that. You know what I mean? Like, it's better than that happens that he, But see, it's one of those things where
people say prevention's better than, what is it, like an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure or whatever. And it's like, because the bad thing didn't happen, because the major crisis event didn't happen where he was on life support or something, they're not appreciating, or at the time they couldn't appreciate what he was trying to do. Right? So now, so because some big thing didn't happen, you don't see how big of a bullet that you dodged. But
yeah, that's true.
Those are the best situations to be in. Like, if you love somebody, you shouldn't have to wait till some giant crisis happens before you realize. It's like Monkey said when Head came back. He said, as soon as I saw him in the eyes for after 7 years, I knew immediately why he had to go. He's like, his eyes were clear. He was like...
Monkey said that?
Yeah. He said, because they had all been sniping at each other back and forth in the media and in songs, all the rest of it. And then he hadn't seen him in 7 years. And then when he looked him in the eye, he's like, oh, okay, this is why you had to go. So that's another thing with Head. Like, there wasn't a situation where Head was on life support and all that, thank God. So, it's... I get it from all sides, but this is what happens when you're young and you have a major platform. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do this shit. I'm just glad. But that's another thing, dude. That's how dudes fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is one of the advantages of being a dude, because like dudes can fight like this and still be friends. Girls, y'all can't you can't get over that shit. Y'all just be like I've had some wars with my best friend, but you heard him on the phone. Anything you need, bro, I'll be up there right now, nigga. Whatever you need, nigga.
I know. It's funny because
it was just a casual conversation.
Yeah, I was like,
he
started going like that. I thought to myself, wow, what would that be like to have a friend like that? And he means it too.
Oh yeah. No, he's proved it. We proved to each other for a lot of, absolutely. And what's interesting is he toured with Korn. So he left, and Brian had already been gone, so he filled in for Korn for a little bit.
Oh, really?
And Tristan is saying that Korn saved Clint's life around that time whenever he was touring with them due to his alcoholism. Because at that time, Korn was pretty much a straight-edge band at that point. Jonathan had stopped drinking. Fieldy was doing really good. Monkey's dad had died, and he'd done pretty good after that. And then, Brian was out on the band. So, and then the new drummer, Ray, is not a big drug. I mean, you saw him. He's just like, kind of boring. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he's pretty chill.
Yeah, so they have, so they were a good influence. So it's like you see everything happens for a reason. Like, Brian had to leave Korn to get good. Clint had to leave Sevendust to get good. So he filled in for Brian. It's like God has a plan, man. All that shit works out if you really look at it. You could say it's a coincidence and all that, but God's got a plan. He was taking, I think God's very active in the metal community. That's clear to me. So, yeah.
100%.
To us women, words have weight. You guys talk smack as if it's nothing. It's true. Words and fists aren't really an issue with dudes. Like, it's a respect issue, I think. A lot of it is about respect for dudes. So, as long as you're not disrespectful, I think dudes can overlook shit. But, if shit gets really, hectic.
Well, I think, you said something the other day. You were talking about, like, codes that people have for themselves. So, like, maybe you make a decision when you're 16 or 18 years old, and you're like, I will never let this happen, blah, blah, blah. And if this ever happens, I'm going to do this or that thing. And then, you grow and you mature and you change, and then that thing happens. But you're like, you had that code when you were 16 or 18, so now you're going to keep going with it. Instead of realizing that, well, I didn't have the same perspectives as I have now. And so that's not really like the same deal. And I think that the same thing happens with women, like when we fight, is that when you said that shit to her, you meant every friggin' word of it. And you feel like if you kind of let it go now at this point, then it's like you're betraying that version of yourself. Because you know how girls are like, I'm pissed at them, so all you should be pissed at that person.
Right.
Like, I think that you feel like that about yourself. So you're like, well, I had a personal problem with her maybe 5 days ago or yesterday or a year ago, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then you just say, well, because I felt that way, I can't betray that version of myself. So I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stay pissed at her. Like, I think it's also a respect thing on yourself, like for yourself. Like, I'm going to respect that version of myself and how I felt about that. But recognizing that, okay, well, what's different about then and now? Like, maybe they matured, maybe you matured, maybe you realized the thing wasn't that big of a deal, or maybe they realized that it was a big deal and they apologized, or maybe you realized that it's not really like a thing and you're just like, you know what, let me just let that go. Or say something and then move past it. But I think that we're just trying to hold on to those old codes. Like,
Yeah.
I said what I said and I meant it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think you know, dudes have that physical outlet. Mm-hmm. So if we can't come to an agreement about what happened, we can you know, we can use that altercation as a tool. And if you're really good friends, you know, you get into a fight, whatever, somebody wins, somebody loses, blah, 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 you call it good, you got your looks in, everybody just moves on. Mm-hmm. You know, and I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And yeah,
like,
maybe that has something to do with it too. Like, girls will say something, but it's not like we're going to put blood on the ground. I mean, most cases. Some girls probably do, but...
Yeah, no, most
So maybe
girls,
it's like, so when are we going to move this forward? Like, you said that, I said that.
Yeah, how do you...
But there's been no resolution.
Yeah.
A mud fight. Nah, that wouldn't work. The men would like it too much.
I would not like you being in a mud fight with no broad. What you mean?
I never said no, bro. Why'd you bring that into it?
I said broad.
Oh.
Fighting no other broad? What I look like, have you in the fucking mud with all dudes looking at you? I gotta shoot niggas, all types of shit. Okay.
Oh, man.
Having said that, that was DJ Sevendust and Legendary. Dope ass song. We graded the song already, right? What did I get? What did you give it?
We both gave it the same score. I think 9.9.
9.9. This song was badass. Very, very heavy song. A lot of deep shit in this song. Shout out to DJ Sevendusted. Badass, Mr. Man. I appreciate you. We got Franco on Fridays,
DJ
bitches.
Franco on Friday.
Franco on Fridays.
I think it's at 9 p.m.
Gang. Also,
yeah, it is at 9
keep
p.m.
your eyes peeled. Later, 7. Keep your eyes peeled, guys. We've got some music about to drop. Maybe some rap, maybe some collabos. Who knows? Let's see. Brooke goes, haha, no bra. I didn't say no bra. I said no broad.
It sounded like you said bra, and when you think of like women mud fights, that's usually what happens.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. I had to have, you know, I have to have an armed guard there. Hey, what you looking at? What did you look? Vin out.
Sorry out.
Go.